And it clicks start. Hopefully it works. All right, says it's live on this end. I just gotta make sure audio is all set as well.
It doesn't say the normal on-air thing.
It says on air. No, it says on air for me on top.
It does? It doesn't say it for me, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I didn't know. It usually says something on that end. It was all set as well. Oh, my shit is echoey.
It doesn't say the normal on-air thing. I sound great.
It says on air. No, it says on air for me on top.
It does? It doesn't say it for me, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I didn't know. It usually says something on that end. Yeah, something else sound right. Let's see. Check. Microphone, mic aux. Let me move this here. Yeah. I mean, we live, so y'all can chat.
Oh, okay.
Yo.
Honestly, just try. Like, I'm watching myself on the stream now, and I'm like, keep your head centered. You know what? I gotta move this so I can remember.
All right, I fixed it. Now I sound bad. Before my thing was echoey because one of the settings, bro. Live stream settings.
Damn.
All right, so we are live. So what is good, y'all? Welcome back to another One Piece live stream, live reaction, live read-through. We have another guest with us, a returning guest for our live streams, Sean Don.
What up?
Am I the first returning guest?
Yes,
yeah, bro.
Yes.
You was first guest and first returning guest.
I'll take it.
It's an anniversary at this point.
Yeah, bro. 21st of October. I'm marking it.
Genesis hit the chat. Ooh, I've been waiting for this. You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Yo, you love every opportunity you get to say that shit.
Bro, you a hater.
He was at the voice actor for Gambit. The voice actor for Gambit was at Comic-Con this weekend too.
You know Danny hates Gambit, right?
No, I don't hate.
That is a
true.
take right there. That
Bro,
is
not
he
true.
hated Channing Tatum.
No. I
didn't like that.
Boom, thank you.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
with
my
you on
God.
that one. But it was supposed to be a parody. Like it's supposed to be a joke in itself.
I understand that that's how they actually sound like down wherever the fuck country Hicksville, Louisiana town he's from. But like just seeing it come out of Channing Tatum's mouth was a jarring experience.
Mm-hmm. And his neck too big. Call it what it is. He got a fat neck.
Too big. Yo,
it's true.
Yo, pause.
He's too thick to play Gambit. Let's just call it what it is.
No Diddy. But Sean, thanks for coming back, bro. We know that you're out of the three of us, you're the only one who went to New York Comic Con. So how was that?
It was good. I mean, I've been to 3 of them now. So like the all of it's kind of wearing off a little bit, but like at the same time, it was a good time. Saw a lot of people. Obviously, you always run into people that you didn't expect to see, so that was cool. I didn't spend as much money as I usually do, which is a win for my bank account.
A win is a win.
But it's pretty cool. I got this. I actually got it like in arm's reach. I got the Buggy Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh, that's cool.
Buggy Sama, the true pirate king.
Shout out to Izzy Son. He hooked it up on that one.
Hey.
I always go looking for One Piece cards. I didn't actually get that many. I think I only bought 1 card. So, like it was a good experience. It was chill. So
Corey got a card.
Well,
I got that.
Kimmy hit the chat.
No. I did go around like I collected all the freebies this time around. So usually I don't do that either. But I got the One Piece promo, Dragon Ball promo, the Bleach promo. Like, I went all the way around.
Bro, say tired of spending money. I need the free.
Yeah, bro, I'll take it, bro. I was like in Costco, just grabbing the free samples.
Word.
It's worth $13 now, but shit, it could be worth.
Bro, that's the whole thing about the One Piece game, bro. Like it's only been 1 year old, and these cards have value. Imagine 20 years from now. So yeah, just saying.
Yeah, we're entering year 2 now in December. So year 2 of the game, at least here in North America. So. We'll see. I mean, I don't know how much gas is left in the tank. I'm not good at predicting things with card games. I'm not going to act like I am, given that, old-ass Yu-Gi-Oh player. But I love the One Piece card game. I have fun. Am I as involved right now in regards to spending the money on the physical? Nah, but, I stayed locked in. Thanks to y'all in the chat.
Hmm.
64 people in both events. It was Saturday and Sunday. I got 7th in the first.
7th? Top 10?
Saturday. Bro, I was in first place in the 3rd round, and then I fumbled, and then I dropped to 7th.
Oh,
and then our buddy our buddy on Sunday, he ended up getting sick. So we're out here.
Yo, you guys are in the top 10. That's all that matters.
Yeah. We're out
and
here.
Most animes, that's a big deal.
Word, you hate to
top
see
10.
We gotta get Corey back out there though.
Yeah, man. Listen, when I do show up, man, I make my little splash, and then I gotta go back in the hyperbolic time chamber. You know how I feel about the card game space, man. I feel like it's gotten more chill. I don't think it doesn't seem like it's as hectic and nasty as it was before.
Yeah, no, but a lot of the nasty people that you know of, I haven't been seeing them around, so it's been cool.
Yeah. Genesis said, if I kept my Pokemon cards, I'll be a millionaire now. You know what's funny? I'm gonna be a Grinch about it. Most of us, if we kept our cards, didn't have the proper version of the cards. Nor would they have been in good condition. I'm thinking about the age we were.
I think that's the biggest point. I think the condition of it, because we were just throwing it in the drawer, giving it to our friends for the weekend with our greasy little hands.
If we had the funds,
stacking it in a binder, we just didn't have the wherewithal.
We also just didn't have the funds to get proper containers for these cards. Like these days, Ultimate Guard and all these standalone brands are coming out with deck boxes and binders and sleeves, and it just makes it so much easier to take care of your cards these days.
Yeah,
I will say at Comic-Con, they did eBay had a good booth, and they were doing live opening, live rips, and they were doing the original Pokemon packs, which in itself are expensive. And the dude opened the Charizard live on at the event. Yeah, it was crazy. I hear everyone screaming. I look back, I'm like, the dude opened a live first edition Charizard, which is crazy. Which I mean, the price is still crazy, but it's not it's not $100,000 like it used to be.
Yeah. It just brought down the price of all the other cards.
Well, you know what it is about cards. It's people can list it at a price, but is that really the selling price?
Yeah, that's a good point.
People always go crazy. They want to list it for whatever. Oh my God, this card is going for it. No, it's not. Just go on eBay. There's a filter that says sold items, and that's where you get your answer.
There you go.
So, well, enough rambling along. We all know what we came here for if you're watching this stream. Chapter 1130. And don't worry, we know One Piece fan letter did just drop, and we will be posting a separate video of us reacting and giving our thoughts on it. So, chapter 1130, Sean, take the lead here, man. You coming back as our guest, so I mean, you know what to do already. We ain't gotta hold your hand.
I actually don't even have the chapter up. This is awkward.
Wow, you had one job.
Oh my God, this is awkward. This is. You know how I said I was the first returning guest? I don't know if I'm going to make it for a third one, boys.
Jesus Christ.
Corey, why don't you take the first page, bro?
Damn, you had one. Danny, you got this.
All right. Let's open up to chapter 1130, The Accursed Prince.
Oh, as always, if you want to follow along, official Viz from Shonen Jump website. Yeah. Shonen Jump from Viz website. There we go.
Yeah, no early translations here. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 17. Sword got stolen during nap time. Yeah, boy. That's no good. Everyone's passed out, probably from binge eating whatever they were eating before. But that was the sword that Yamato was carrying. But what's so special about this sword?
It might just be a regular ass sword, but
isn't that
some people think it's that fox?
Isn't that not Otama, the girl who smiles, her dad, isn't that her dad's sword? The guy who got executed?
Oh, golly, what is that girl's name? Damn. This is when Otaku.
Not
yep. No, it's not Otaku. What's that girl's name? I'm gonna just Google laughing girl in Wano.
Oh,
yep.
Toko.
I think it's her dad's sword. I could be wrong, but I think it's her dad's sword. I could be wrong.
Yasue?
Yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah, I think it could. I think the person who stole it is that fox from the bridge that Zoro, ran into. The dude that be stealing swords. I don't know why else he would be stealing swords, but maybe he's the one who stole the sword instead of or it's the kidnapper, whoever the kidnapper is.
I can see it being the fox because it's a cover story. I don't think there's gonna really go that deep into some new villain or something like that. That makes sense though. I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, but as long as Otama don't get kidnapped, we cannot get the Tama popped.
Tama popped.
Because it's One Piece card game lingo. Otama is
I got you.
So you'll say stuff like you'll play something like pop the Tama.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus, that's weird. No, just kidding.
Chill. All right, you want to lead us through, Danny?
Yep. All right, opening up on the first page, we got Frankie declaring something. Listen up, Elbaf Warriors. The search is over. And everyone's reacting. What? To make a long story short, we search and we didn't find nothing. But we know they're alive. They're all alive and well, so thanks for trying so hard to find them for us. It's really warming my heart. And Robin saying, "Yeah, let's wait for them in Elbaf. We're all headed for the same place." Jinbei chiming in, "Indeed, my shark network didn't turn up anything either. We're just grateful that you went to such great lengths to search." And Brooke finally, "Plus we're out of food, so no point to any of this if you all starve in the process." Giants are like, "All right, bet. I see. If we throw our own crew, if their own crew says they're fine, then they're fine." That seals it. Steer us back to Elbaf, boys. Everyone's cheering. Rah! Let's toast to our safe return. We're out of food and drink, Captain. Yeah. Going back to Elbaf. It's huge.
Hey, yo.
Look at this tree. Oh, pause. Look at this tree. How many thousands of years old is it? Meow. Little sad meow. Are they all like this? It's so big. It's brick out here. It's cold.
It's tough.
Is that a mountain? I don't know. Look how long this bridge rope is. Wait a minute. It's so vast. I feel like I'm getting dizzy just looking at it, Nami exclaims. Everyone else is like, "Oh, wow. Hide. There are giants coming down the bridge." And then you hear some creaking from some two walking down this rope bridge that seems to be connected to some big-ass tree in the distance.
Yeah. So how are we feeling about these first 2 pages, boys?
I think first 2 things that stand out to me immediately. Frankie's outfit goes hard.
Yeah,
might be Frankie's best outfit.
Post time skip.
Yeah, post time skip.
It's given movie outfit because all his movie outfits are fire.
Yeah,
that's true. It's like what's that? It looks like he works at Roadhouse. Did you guys see that movie?
Roadhouse. I always think about that Family Guy sketch.
Yeah, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
And did you guys see the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor?
It's okay. It's okay.
So random.
I loved it.
Listen, you got nothing to do on a Saturday.
Love, bro, son. This is why I can't trust you sometimes.
No, it was so goofy, but like it was so self-aware. Like Conor McGregor, what is he doing acting? Bro, what are you doing in this?
I don't think he was acting. Like I think he was being himself.
Dude, he was having so much fun. That's what made it so good. And then Jake Gyllenhaal's character is so like weird and sarcastic. And like sometimes he says things, and even I want to smack him in the mouth. Like, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah. What I like here is that like for the most part, even though like kind of the old people on the crew left, obviously we found out later that it's just like the non-Alabasta crew. But the old heads is here, but Frankie is taking the lead. And I like that because I feel like most people would have like maybe thought Jinbei would be the one kind of taking the lead here without like Zoro, Sanji, or Luffy here. But I think Frankie sits more right with me. Pause.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
or Robin. Somebody scratching the holiday mic over there or the table.
My bad. My bad. I'm out of me. And then also Jinbei, he talked to. I mean, I guess I kind of knew this, but like he could talk to he got a shark network. My boy's Aquaman.
They always have that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, but you don't think about it, I guess.
I guess he brings it up that he does it, I guess.
Nah, they talked about it around the Big Mom stuff because that's when like when they was running away from Whole Cake Island. It was kind of like
but that was that's when he had the crew. I didn't know that he could just like do that shit on command like he is Aquaman or some shit.
Yeah. Nah, the fisherman could talk to the fish.
Yo, they got a surveillance system now?
Yeah. Now they can't control like the sea beast like Shirahoshi can.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah. But you know, I like the fact that Frankie kind of took the lead here, being like, "All right, man, like they be all right. We see them in Elbaf."
Yeah, and another thing is just seeing the backdrop in this next page of the castle and just how big that world looks is crazy.
Yeah, bro, that bridge is looking crazy.
And how small they really are. Like they really were not joking. We're like they are like in Elbaf and like Land of the Giants because everything is so big compared to what they are.
Yeah. All right. You want to take the next 2 pages, Sean?
Yeah, I'm locked in now. I got the chapter up.
All right. Don't fail this city.
All right, here we go. So first page, right when we jump into the page, we get introduced to 2 new characters. We got the new giant pirates doctor, Gerd, and we got the new giant pirates cook, Goldberg.
Big fan of Gerd.
Yeah, so we've seen them in the anime before, right?
Yep.
But we haven't seen them in the manga.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I don't remember when, but we've seen them.
It's manga, Sean. Stop act like a weeb for once.
Sorry.
Sounded like Michael B. Jordan.
I'll take that.
I love Naruto.
All right, let me focus. All right. Why did Haruden have to bring that weirdo onto the crew? That's the same thing I ask about my friends too.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's because he's a good navigator. Goldberg does not like to seem like the smartest one in the bunch. Well, I hate him. Loki's not the shame of Elbath. It's him. Yuck. That's only gonna make Roto happier. You saw it, didn't you, Piper? His crow was carrying a little boat in his mouth. Woo! Intruderish have to be caught, of course. But Roto's creates intruders all on his own. And
bro, lisp is crazy.
Yeah, I know. I gotta shoot. And then we jump to the Straw Hats, who are hiding behind one of the poles on the bridge, which is just, I'm sure to the Giants is nothing, or they're hiding behind a tree, but they have to hide Luffy because, I'm sure he wants to introduce himself. Hide Luffy. They seem nice. No, stop. I'm going to find them and tell Chief Juro about this. And then you see my boy Usopp, who's so excited to be on Elbath. Finally. Did you hear that, people? They said the name Elbath. We've got to be there. I didn't know there were giants so beautiful.
We're already halfway there.
Hey, you guys, we're idiot. They said intruders get caught. Did I imagine that? I think so. Roto, are you in there?
Yeah. Another great 2 pages.
Yeah. Well,
just having so much fun.
Well, I do want to offer a correction, Sean. They were seen before, just different ages. You know what I mean? So they were during the Big Mom flashback. Gerd was the little girl. That was there with her, and then Goldberg was shown, I believe, also during that flashback, because then Hajradin was shown training younger to prepare for Dorian Broggy coming back, and then I think Goldberg was also a baby around that time too. I think they showed.
I think he might. Wasn't he in the Big Mom thing too? I think
they're all in that flashback. So this is why I had the crazy we don't need to go to Elbath theory. I mean, granted, yes, we do, right? I can wholly admit that, but I just didn't know what Oda was gonna do, and we did see a lot of these characters already, just at a different age.
Wait, is this you admitting that we are in Elbath?
Bro, the
I don't know. You've been real hard.
Oh my
we're not
God,
going to Elbath.
bro. Listen, I can admit defeat. I'm not a crazy person. I'm not gonna sit here and ignore reality. But Genesis also brought up that Gerd and Big Mom are the same age. Do not forget.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She don't look the same age. Well, let's just say age is a weird thing. It treats people differently. But let's
I mean, listen, man. To be fair, Big Mom had how many kids?
A lot of kids.
And also, Gerd is a giant. Giants age differently.
That's true. That is true.
Must be nice.
Yeah, because Hajradin's 80 something, I think, and Loki's gonna end up being I think 60 something.
Oh, okay.
I think Gerd is somewhere in between there. So,
what do you guys think the power scaling of the new giant warrior pirates are?
Oof, God, I hate power scaling, but
it's just because they were saying how Karudin on Dressrosa if he's the captain of he got washed.
I mean, getting cooked by Gear 2 is not let's put some respect on Luffy, right? You got cooked by a Gear 2 Luffy who was able to beat Doflamingo, right?
Yeah.
So at best, they're a little less than Warlord level.
I think it also caught him by surprise.
Nah, he was gonna be cooked, bro.
Hey, I don't know. You would think him fighting in that tournament, he would. I don't know.
Come on, bro. He's the one who gave God Usopp his name.
That's right.
But I was having fun with this chapter. The fact that Luffy was just over here just acting like a bozo.
It feels like the right thing to do is to introduce themselves, but I get it. You gotta be more cautious than anything here.
Yeah, because they don't know these guys, and Luffy is definitely not thinking about Hajradin.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think he probably forgot about Homeboy for real.
No, yeah, he definitely doesn't know who
He's gonna see him and be like, "Oh yeah.
I remember
the dude I punched in the Coliseum."
Yeah, it makes sense now.
Yeah, but Gerd's design, oof, big fan.
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually saw that. I don't know if you guys know this or saw that her design is actually based on Nami's original design that Oda had for. I don't know if you guys look up Nami's
without the mechanical arm.
Yeah, without the mechanical arm, but the leg is very similar to what Nami was supposed to have,
and the stripe thing,
and then the axe too.
I feel like it's just the stripes though, the stripe legging. I don't know about too much, but yeah, I can see it. But to be fair, let's not act like all of Oda's women don't look the same.
Listen, man.
They have their minor differences.
They all look the same. Like there's a couple like standouts, right? The ugly ones get the best designs.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. He either knows how to do a beautiful woman or an ugly ass broad.
Yeah, bro. And then he has a couple things in between, like he'll make York.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to these next 2 pages. I got it from here. Whoa, it shakes a lot. It's so long. Hey, yo.
Pause.
Zoro, we gotta hurry if those giants come back. There's nowhere to hide. The fact that Luffy is just out here climbing on the rope, like no reaction.
That's a cotton. That's a cotton.
And then you got these wolves in the back, like gurring at them. Big mad. A giant-sized bridge means every step is a pit to avoid. Don't worry, Nami. I use to balance on ropes all the time. I'm good at this. This is shout out to my guy Chopper.
You see him in his like reindeer form.
He in his element. He said, "Nah, that's this."
That's the first time we've seen that in a long time.
Word, yeah. I was dead thinking that. I was like,
arguably his best form,
bro. Because like, if I see Kung Fu Point one more time,
oh my god, don't even.
I hate Kung Fu Boy. He don't even use Horn Point. Horn Point was so cool.
My man used all his transformations in Drum Kingdom and just left them there, bro. When he left,
Break Point, bro.
Remember he had Muscle Point
lock on.
Yeah, bro. He doesn't do that anymore. He doesn't do any of that.
Like I get it. Like Chopper kind of found a way during his 2-year time skip to not need as many forms and condense it.
Yeah.
But damn, son, there was some way better designs. But I guess they're all kawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Marketing tool now.
It's a trial fit for a brave warrior. Who stop getting spicy. The forest below is packed with giant wolves. What's up, Luffy? Can you feel that too? Something's tingling. Well, I'm not going. Then and neither are you. I love to see my 2 boys actually. They get along so far this arc, bro.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, the fact that he let Sanji put hands on him and didn't like immediately jump into
like they've been bantering and working together like this whole arc so far. You know what I mean? When they had to work together to get the net. Like when the shit is real right now. So I feel like they're not fighting as much. Plus, they got their little bond. He says he's gonna kill him for him.
Eventually. Yeah.
So he says, and neither are you. You're not setting foot in any forest in the entire world. Facts. Keep him away. It's whoever I heard roaring. Back in the Block Kingdom, I think. You guys keep going across the bridge. What? Bro just hops off the bridge. What are you doing, Luffy? Be brave, Usopp. Where are you going? It's all wolves down there. And then we just see the size like difference between them and the bridge. And just get the wind blowing. Whoosh.
My boy Luffy doesn't take fall damage. He just jumped off of that thing, bro.
Yeah, he looks mad confident.
I'm thinking about Fortnite. Get the doodle.
Yeah, he did not take fall damage.
No, I am loving the initiative that Luffy is taking in these last few pages.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I can definitely feel Oda picking up speed. You know what I mean? Momentum. He's not spending as much. Like, even though like we kind of go with the weekly experience or like when there's breaks, he didn't spend too much time in that castle, respectfully.
Yeah, that was like four chapters, something like that.
I don't think there's anything else to see in that castle. It's probably just like a lookout point. And what was the guy's name? Drogo? Rodo. Yeah, he's just the most we were gonna see was that sick bastard's like doll room.
Yeah. But I just like, like when the anime finally gets to like animating this, if they're animating properly by then, with this given that we got the break now, this is dead. Like that whole portion is one episode. We did it for like 3 chapters.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, which I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm so happy we got over that so fast. I did not care about like a Legoland situation.
Yeah,
I think it was important to remember like all these arcs always start with like some funky thing happening. I feel like that's usually like the Oda,
Well,
style.
we got spoiled by Egghead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Egghead just got straight to the shits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, good to see Chopper back in his old form. That dynamic between Sanji and Zoro is it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I also just love how Zoro's like, yeah, I'm gonna come. I'm there.
Yeah. All right. You want to go to the next pages, Danny?
Yeah. Here we're going, cut and bat to the giant ship. What does it say? We attacked Egghead? Yes, that was in the morning paper. Why would they lie about us? It's too tiny to see. And Robin's chiming in. I'll read it for you. The giant pirate crew returns after a century of slumber. With Emperor Straw Hat Luffy, they set the seas around Egghead aflame. The captains of the giant pirate crew, Brogy, the red ogre, and Dory, the blue ogre, are each worth a bounty of 1.8 billion berries. We have bounties? Da-dome. Here you're seeing the bounty posters for both of them. Cut to the next page. 1.8 billion? I didn't think we were back in action. You were each at 100 million back in the day, right? That's a big jump. Of course, and Robin's explaining, of course, inflation means the currency value has changed a lot in the last 100 years, but that seems appropriate for an Elbaf warrior chieftain now. And here we're seeing a newspaper article of Luffy and Vegapunk. Meanwhile, our captain is the culprit who murdered Vegapunk. What? Another masterclass in lies and distortion. Here we have Lilith laughing. So he killed me, did he? Frankie's telling her, shut up. You know he was protecting you to the end. Brooks saying, when was this picture taken? Jinbei saying, at some point in Egghead, I'm sure the World Economic Journal has people everywhere. They'll pay good money for photographs.
Who takes these pictures, man? Who takes these pictures?
Yo.
Some people think it was, we talking about Big News Morgan, right? So Big News always got a source. But
I
some people think it was Stussy.
I can see that.
They cool from Whole Cake.
I would love a One Piece fan letter of the photographers who do the bounty posters, like from their point of view, following these people around.
That's the next fan letter episode,
right?
Danny, you onto something, bro.
There's a guy on there's one dude on YouTube. You guys heard of Mugiwara no Goofy?
Never.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He does that. He has a character he calls Jimmy Scoops, and he like will act it out. It's super funny. So he acts like a person. Yeah, bro. There are no original ideas, bro. You're not as creative as you
genius.
think. So like he does that. Yeah, he does that already. He's been doing it for mad long. I think that's how his channel kind of blew up. He would make these things called like I think he started with, I forgot which art, but he was like, Water 7 was weird, and that's how it was titled back in the day. And then he would just give the perspective and keep calling Luffy a crackhead over and over again. This really random crackhead just shows up and then thwarts all your plans. And then this other dude on TikTok, I forgot, Huncho, I believe. He's always acting like people who's like getting the bounties on the phone, on the Marines. Like he does all of that stuff, bro. People on TikTok have fun in the One Piece community.
I like that.
But these are some solid. There's a lot to say. These 2 pages. And
that Frankie fit
cooking. I gotta read Genesis' comment so I can properly crash out on Genesis for another stream when it comes to this character. She said, I came here as soon as I can just to see Corey Kinoshita, the disrespect, crash out to the X on Luffy's arm, man. I wish this was his first live reaction. Them VV stocks ain't stopping. You're cooked, Kazuya. Cooked.
Yo, and Genesis knows because they're here every stream. Corey's been hating on that Vivi return for so long,
bro.
But we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
This is it. After this, there's nothing else after this.
I think Corey just doesn't want to. I don't think she's a part of the Straw Hats, which I think is what he's been saying. But she's gonna be back around eventually.
I agree. She's going to be back around. That's just the narrative. But like
now, you
being bro, I've been saying, yo, don't twist my words. Y'all keep saying y'all want her to join the crew. Like
I have always said she's going to join and she's going to travel with them. She doesn't have to join because she's already a Straw Hat.
Where are we traveling to, bro? The story's over.
To Laugh-Tale. What are you talking about?
Fine.
You don't think she's going to want to go?
But she won't be an official, like the actual last crew member is what I'm trying to say.
Nah, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that one.
Bro, do you understand the chess pieces on the board that we have to physically fight? And put in Vivi on the crew, what does that do?
She got her little spinners, bro.
What is Nami going to do in the final fight?
I'm trying to have a real... Nami just took down a giant, bro.
She's going to fight. She's not going to put herself on the front lines.
So what? So Nami and Vivi are the same?
No, they're not the same, but they're going to have different roles. There's going to be different roles in the final war besides a fight. Look at Sanji's role in every single fight. There's always like something that he'll do to help them with their escape.
For the content, or if you truly believe Vivi makes sense as the very last crew member when Luffy says 10. Then when Luffy says 10, and Oda is true to his words, you truly that makes the most sense.
It doesn't have to be 10. Vivi technically is already a Straw Hat.
Oh my God.
Is honorary Straw Hat?
Is she on any merchandise as a Straw Hat?
No, that's because she doesn't travel with us since Alabasta.
That's the answer.
Okay, so you're telling me that the Straw Hats don't consider her one of the Straw Hats?
Is that what you're telling me? Who would you want to be the last one, Corey?
If I'm gonna pick, if it's going to be one more person, and it's going to be, I don't know how we keep ending up in this conversation, and I don't know, and I do not know if Danny's doing it for content or not. I can't tell.
Either way, it's working.
I'm not.
If I had to choose, it's one of 3 other people outside of Vivi. It's Yamato, which I'm okay with that not happening.
Yeah.
Bonnie, which I'm okay with that not happening. And Lilith, which I'm okay with that not happening.
I'm on Team Lilith.
I don't think it just, bro, we gotta fight the 10 Titanic captains. Vivi?
Yeah, I think I'm on board for Lilith for that reason, because I think she does fill a role that the Straw Hats don't have. Like, Frankie's a good shipwright. He's like, the technological dude.
Like, he's a shipwright, not a scientist. Maybe he comes in with weapons, but he's a shipwright.
So Lilith is going to take down one of the 10 Titanic captains, according to Corey's logic.
Well, no, I don't know about taking him down, but I think she fills a role. I think she fills a role.
She fills a better role than Vivi does narratively. If we're trying to prepare for the end of the story, because you're talking about Vivi traveling with them, there's no more adventures. There's no more funny after this Elbaf shit. We ain't going.
You're telling me that the Straw Hats don't consider Vivi one of the Straw Hats. That's what you're telling me.
An official member of the Straw Hat crew? No. They said she can always come and join, just like they told Yamato. She can always come and join and travel with them. But unless she actually says, unless she even gets a bounty poster, if there are going to be bounty posters, which I'm okay with totally removing that idea in my head, I just don't think that will be the last member who is going to fight in the final war. Who can she fight out of the 4 Yonko crews? Buggy at best.
I also think it's important to remember, like, her dad died. I think she has an obligation to stay on Alabasta now because of it. You know what I mean?
Unless you think the Straw Hats disband the end of the story, in which, fine, you can have it, bro. At that point, I don't care. Then you win. But like, if the Straw Hats are gonna be the Straw Hats, like, it can't be her. She's a whole queen.
Yeah.
I mean, Nefertiti, Lily.
We don't know anything.
Probably part
of the
Troy
anything, but we don't know.
We don't know, but she's a D, and clearly their lives are intertwined. I don't.
So who's your pick? Because you keep making me pick. Who do you think genuinely makes the most sense? I don't
care. It doesn't matter, bro. I couldn't have guessed Robin joining the crew. I couldn't have guessed. I mean, maybe Frankie, but like, I don't know. Back in the day, I definitely didn't think Frankie was going to join the crew. And then Jinbei as well.
I'm talking about for the story. Though.
There's no
and Jinbei. They've been teasing that since Fishman Island.
I don't deep it to be like, oh, they have to have a role. Oh, what are they going to bring to this? I don't think about it like that. I don't.
That's always been what it's been, though. That's literally all. There is a doctor. There is. Well, I mean,
you need a musician. You need a musician. You need a doctor.
There's a doctor. There's a shipwright. Cook. There's a helmsman. There's a cook. There's a navigator. There's a swordsman for the fighting. There's a sniper for the shooting. There's a what with Vivi? A duck?
A duck. Oh man, I love that duck.
A duck? Like Genesis is still going in the comments. They started this. Vivi got spinners and stocks. Quit hating. And possibly hockey. We don't know. The crash out's gonna be beautiful, folks. She can't stay in Alabasta and then Emu. Like, I'm trying to have a serious conversation that we want to be funny, which is fine if we want to be funny. If we want to be funny, then call it what it is. But like, if I'm just trying to be honest with the story, there's 10 Titanic captains. There's Shank's crew. Then there's whoever else is going to end up joining Cross Guild, which I believe a lot of the warlords are going to end up filling out that roster spot. They need a Bonnie level character or Yamato level character or somebody as useful, not combat wise, but useful to upgrade everybody else's arsenal, like Lilith.
Yeah.
I think you're overplaying Lilith's role in all of this.
So why should
right now I'm trying to find. Well, she's not even on Elbaf. She's still on the ship with Bonnie and everything. We don't know where everyone's going to end up.
So why is she with us?
Because Luffy was supposed to take Vegapunk away from Egghead. Vegapunk could go to the Revolutionary Army for all we know, just like Bonnie. None of them have to stay with the Straw Hats. Okay. None of them.
All right.
But it does make sense that Vegapunk should go with them so that he could learn the true history of the Void Century, which is what him and his colleagues were always trying to look for. And same thing with Vivi, because her family was clearly deeply involved in this, just like Emu is also probably Lily. So wouldn't it make narrative sense for Vivi to learn the truth behind the Void Century too, and her family's involvement?
I'm not saying all that can't happen, but being the last member of the Straw Hat crew, the last official member of the Straw Hat crew,
bro, Lilith ain't fighting a Titanic captain, bro. That's not what
Vivi's doing.
Bro, she'll do her best. She'll do her best.
I know, you know what's
That's all we can do, Danny. That's all we can do.
You don't care so much that I'm willing to bet like real money that it won't happen, and I know you wouldn't bet money that it would happen. Which
because
is like,
I already said I couldn't pick anybody. Like I could never predict. Bro, people got tattoos of Yamato on their body. And they were still wrong.
I got volume 100 on my leg.
But that's because it was volume 100, not because Yamato was joining the crew.
And because people Yamato was on it.
All right. I'm just saying everyone and their mother would have bet money that Yamato... Bro, like one of the last pages of Wano, they would have bet money. Yeah, Yamato's in. She's in. They're sailing together. And then psych at the very end.
We was all there. We was all there.
No one should ever bet money on who the newest Straw Hat is.
But then you can use the same garbage point you're using with Vivi saying like, well, they always said you're a crew member. What did Luffy say to Yamato when they left?
Yeah, you can come meet us anytime.
And you're part of the crew. So what? She's technically a crew member too, right?
Yeah, like if
if
you want to do your theory that Yamato joins, then great. I'm not opposed to that either.
Vivi just don't make sense to me. And let's just get back into the chapter. Some inflation is taking place here with Dorian Broggy's
Shout out Robin giving financial advice right here.
Yo, Robin looks so good in these pages. She looks so good.
Just came out. His inner thoughts
bro. I had to, bro. These glasses with the sweater she's giving shoulder. I was like, nah, she look good, bro.
That's all it takes, of course.
Yeah, man. And then she hit me with a stump.
Okay.
Ooh, but how we feel about the bounty increase for these guys? Do we feel like this is right? Because people were shitting on them for being 100 mil.
Inflation. But at the same time, like these dudes, like back in the day, were the giant pirates were, they weren't nothing to laugh at either.
Yeah, the government doesn't know that they got washed by Mr. 3.
To be fair, he sunk Kid's whole ship though.
That's true.
No, the giant pirates, like at the end of the day, they're giants. Not everyone's got a gear second like Luffy does. Like these guys are hard broiled. They stay fighting. They fight so much they had to go get new weapons. That's how hard they fight. No. They could take hits at the end of the day.
Yeah, giants are not to be played with. So you want to take the next 2 pages, Sean?
Yeah, but before we go, I will say at Comic-Con there was a Vegapunk cosplay. I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter.
I saw it.
No, I didn't see it.
Fire.
Oh, you took the Toei Instagram page. They posted it. They also posted Broly C Pump and Chin and Thousand Honey too, because Thousand Honey was she was Whitebeard, and Chin was Goldie Roger, and then
the 3 of them look great
obviously
together.
Broly C Pump was Ace. Always got his shirt off.
When you got to show it off, King.
You got to show it off, King.
You got to show.
Let's
jump into these pages.
Shout out to Big News keeping it a buck with his propaganda.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah. All right, Sean, want to take these next 2 pages?
All right, back to Robin and her glasses. Corey knows what's up. When Luffy turns into his free form, they don't call it Gear 5, they call it free form. Does this mark appear on his arm? Does it? He's usually moving around so much, I've never gotten a good look. It seems unnatural to me. His hand is blurred, but the mark is crystal clear. Frankie's goes strange detail to focus on.
I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah. It just seems familiar to me. Amazing to think that Straw Hat's considered equals with red hair now. We had this youngster named Haruden on our crew. I hear he's your follower now. He's a son of a king too. He was a real tempest. What word is that? Jesus Christ. Brat though.
Tumultuous? Tempestuous.
Tempestuous. That's a new word for me. He was he? They wanted to come get you too, but in the end, it was us old timers because of a bit of trouble back on Elbaf. Trouble. It happened while the captains were away. You see, in Elbaf, the king had another official child known as the Accursed Prince. Dun dun dun. He committed all manner of evil acts and was sentenced to crucifixion a few years back. Sheesh. But nearly escaped his punishment. It took all of our warriors to get him under control. All the giant warriors of Elbaf together? Would his name happen to be... Yeah, he's got a few screws loose. His desperate desire for a legendary devil fruit passed down through the Elbaf royal line led him to kill his father, King Harold, and eat the fruit. Shout out Odin for not getting the plug here. The next time that Loki, the accursed prince, is unleashed, the world will be brought to ruin. He is the shame of Elbaf. Huge couple pages right here.
Huge.
Yeah.
Let's just start with that X.
Yeah. So at first in my head, I'm like, I guess it just pops up like when it,
Yeah, they had me at first when I was reading it live. I was sitting here like, maybe that.
Yeah,
X,
I was reading.
I was getting so deep. I was in too deep.
I was reading it at Comic-Con and I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. I guess it just pops up.
Yeah, I thought maybe Oda was like doing some OD foreshadowing. I was like, oh wait, was the X like always some like magical like Nika thing we didn't know about?
Yeah.
And then like I stopped for a second and realized who was here and who wasn't here, and I was like, wait a minute, that X Vivi newspaper. I was like, oh, okay, she snuck that shit in.
Yeah. I think what gave it away to me afterwards was when Robin's like, it just seems so familiar to me. Because like Robin's on the ship the moment after they all do the VV thing. So like when she gets on the ship and she sees them, they still all have the X on their arm.
Well, she was in the cabin.
That would happen. Yeah, that happened years ago though. So she that wasn't her moment. So she probably thought nothing of it.
She wasn't even outside, nor does she know exactly what it meant. They never really vocally spoke about it. So,
yeah. But do you guys think that this is just her? Because obviously it's for the Straw Hats. There's nobody else that this message could be for.
Yeah.
Is it a message to them to say she's okay, or is it a just like I'm okay, like don't worry about me, or is it a message of like, yo, let's link up?
I think it's a
you would like that, Danny, huh?
To
listen, there's an agenda here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's a whole agenda behind what he just said. I don't see how exactly they would find Big News' exact location, nor how they would find a way to request Big News' exact location, especially because bro just floats in the sky. But I do think it is a message to say that she is safe. And eventually Sabo will have to speak to both of them. And I don't think it'll be on terms of, like I said, her joining the crew, but I just think that they will all be in one spot at one point in time where Sabo does relay that information to both of them.
Right. No, I think it's exactly that. I think it's her saying, like, I'm okay. Because remember, at least in the anime, I remember, like, they were reading a newspaper and it said, Cobra dead, Vivi missing. So, like, that's, like, public knowledge. So, like, to them, it's kind of like,
it helps to
strong
answer,
enough, she'll be okay.
It helps to answer, like, Zoro kind of being an asshole when we first, like, were getting into Egghead. When he was like, she's fine. What exactly we're going to do? We don't know where we're looking. Like, we don't know where we're going. Like, what you want us to do? Like, I'm sure she'll be fine. In which she did end up being fine. So, like, them knowing that she's okay does make Zoro look better in his, like, instinct. And by them getting this message. Because then they're still not going to worry about getting to Vivi. Just depends on something else maybe happening where Vivi just so happened to be there maybe. With Big News. Because Big News is going to follow the scoop.
How long do you guys think until the Straw Hats, like, get this message?
Definitely
end of
after
arc?
Elbaf.
Yeah, I feel like
after
end of
Elbaf.
arc.
Yeah, I think in the end of the arc, I think that's when Robin will finally bring it back up because we'll forget about it again.
Yeah.
But it all depends on, like what happens in the arc and whether or not Shanks is going to be involved. I mean, I hope so. Because this is at the end of the day his territory supposedly. But whatever happens in the next arc, we'd have to think about why Sabo would be anywhere near Elbaf. Well, does Sabo have a piece of? Yeah, Sabo has a piece of Luffy's Vivre card, right?
Yeah.
So maybe now that the revolutionaries want to enter this rat race that is the search for the One Piece, maybe Sabo's like, yo, the only person I know who's even close to it has got to be Luffy. He's not gonna go to Blackbeard. He's not gonna go to Buggy or Shanks. Like, he's gonna go to Luffy and be like, yo, that's my bro. I need to match up with him, especially now that I have to deliver this message. Like, that everyone's going for the One Piece now. Everybody. So he has a Vivi card. Now's the time to ever use it.
I think it's Luffy who has Sabo's Vivi card. I think it's what it is.
No, because I think I remember them even giving.
We could just Google it.
Nah, not gonna do that.
No. Just rather be wrong. Let's just be wrong. Does Luffy have?
Oh, you're doing it. All right.
Sabo's Vivi. Yeah, I was gonna let y'all continue cooking.
No,
but yeah,
no. Sabo has Luffy's. It's not that. We're not saying the other one. Sabo definitely has Luffy's. I remember when they were in the cabin and Sabo was saying bye.
Yeah, exactly.
They gave Sabo a piece of his Vivi.
Sabo has Luffy's card.
Yeah, exactly. Boom.
The rest was given to Rono Zoro, who passed it on to Luffy. So it's vice versa.
Copy.
So they both have each other's joint. Pause.
Luffy has no reason to go look for Sabo. Sabo now definitely has a reason to go look for Luffy.
Yeah, that's one thing we also got to understand. Luffy is so stupid, bro. He's not going to actually go look for anybody specific. He's not even going to be thinking about it. They're going to have to run into him.
Who does he save when they leave Elbaf and read the newspaper about Garp being captured and then Vivi?
I don't think they save anybody. I think they go get the One Piece.
Yeah, I think that
how much longer do you want the story to go?
Bro, I never want it to end.
Same. Especially like seeing this. We'll talk about it later with the fan letter thing. Never mind.
Yeah.
Like I get it, guys. Like yes, I feel the same. I would love to see so many things, but the same thing we just experienced with Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's just be for real.
Nah, bro. I want One Piece Shippuden. That's what I want.
First of all, I hate that people think Shippuden is a sequel when it's just not.
I want One Piece GT, whatever you want to call it, bro. Let's keep going.
Yeah, at that point you want to call it One Piece Super, because I always get mad at people calling it. Well, there's Naruto and there's Naruto Super. I'm like, no, bro. We all know the manga is called just Naruto.
Yeah,
just like Dragon Ball Z is not a sequel. It's all Dragon Ball when you read the manga. Mm-hmm. So I always laugh at that. Now GT, if you want to say GT, sure, but I just don't think that like Luffy going to go save it just makes the story way longer than I think Oda's health can keep up to. I'm always trying to take into account. Even when we had the conversation,
Homeboy just took a 2-week break so that he could do research.
It's out of character for Loki to save these people, though. It's out of character. He's
yeah.
Well, he might want to save them through destroying the world. Like if you're trying to topple the current regime, you need to tear down the old one.
Yeah, like I'm not.
The end of the world is
may end up saving people. Like his actions may end up saving people, but Luffy don't really be going to save people.
Yeah, he don't. I don't.
You know what I mean? So that intention. And that intention of him saying, I'm going to go specifically go to another island to do this, as opposed to continuing towards the One Piece, at least in my eyes, yeah, it'd be nice if Oda wasn't having deteriorating health. That's all. If bro was like fine and we know that he wasn't actually trying to end it, sure, bro, make it as long as you want, pause. But like, he want to end this.
Yeah. You guys want to talk about the next page?
Like, the official announcement
we didn't talk about
of Loki.
The King Harold stuff and all that stuff. We didn't.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, the official announcement of Loki in the story.
Yeah,
the accursed prince himself.
And just hearing the backstory between the fact that he was also related to Harujin and that they're both princes.
Making Harujin a prince was out of nowhere. I was like, we've been cooking bro forever, but I guess.
But it makes sense because people were saying, because there was a devil fruit that his brother ate. Now that's why he went to the tournament at Dressrosa to also get the Mara no Mi. Like
that makes sense actually.
It's a good devil fruit. So it makes sense narratively why Harujin went to the tournament for that.
What devil fruit do we think that Loki would have?
When I heard giants, I heard powers, I immediately thought of 7 Deadly Sins when Deanne had the ability to manipulate Earth. Right. So I was thinking maybe it's something to do with that. But then I thought about the Revolutionary Army guy. And then I also thought about Whitebeard.
What Earth? Are we? What's his name? Fucking Greenbow.
No, that's Forest, bro. I'm talking about Earth bending, bro.
Maybe.
Isn't that the Pizarro guy? Isn't that like Earth?
Avalo Pizarro, the island fruit.
Yeah, I think it's like if I'm thinking Loki, like like mythology of Loki, I'm thinking like it's like illusions or like messing with people's mind. Or like shape-shifting.
I saw that some people think it's a Zoan fruit, a mythical Zoan fruit, one that turns into like one of them giant wolves.
Oh, what's the giant wolf called?
Danny, I can't hear you at all.
I played Valhalla.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know if you were talking at all for the past minute, but like we couldn't hear you. I didn't realize I couldn't hear you until I saw you sipping on that straw.
Oh yeah. You said what'd you say?
Fenrir.
Fenrir.
Yeah.
I think it's
can Fenrir shapeshift? Can you since you're up there right now? Because I think you're onto something with the shapeshifting thing. Because when we think about what this devil fruit power has to be, it has to be something that's worth being passed down.
I don't think Fenrir could shapeshift because I think that leans too much into Katarina Devon's devil fruit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like the wolf was Loki's kid, so like it's kind of. I mean, it doesn't have to be like exact, mythology, but
I just don't know if like illusions, because that's Loki's bag. But
but like maybe with like people's mind,
I don't think Oda's gonna lean it. Oda's just a trickster, just like Loki's a trickster, and I'd be close to thinking that it's a mythical Zoan.
Okay.
Or honestly, I would love to see a really, really good, because I feel like Loki and Devil Fruits have taken the back seat.
Yeah.
Post time skip. Like once hockey became a thing, like people was like, okay, you're a Logia, I guess. Like
shout out Smoker, bro. Shout out Smoker.
Yeah, Smoker. If you think Kobe don't stand a chance against Luffy, Smoker is gonna get cooked.
Future Admiral of the Marines, my boy Smoker.
But what also like stood out to me was that this devil fruit's getting passed down the royal family, which immediately screams to me that they know how to hold a devil fruit power and not let that spirit of the devil fruit float away. And
I thought maybe they pull like a Big Mom and they eat people.
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
I'm just saying. That's how Big Mom got her devil fruit.
That's literally how it works.
No. Wasn't that the whole reason they chased her away, because of what she did?
Well, they chased her. Well, this a whole thing that she did. Yeah, she ate somebody, didn't she? Or did she eat everything?
Yeah, she ate some people, and then she whooped like one of the elders that they talk about later in the chapter.
Maybe it's something that only kings do, and that's why they were offended by Big Mom doing it. Like the passing.
I mean, listen, in Attack on Titan, that's literally what they did.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It could be a ritual, and they'd be like, "Oh my god," that's why they were really disrespected, because it was like, no, that's something that only.
Yeah,
that's frowned upon, but like we know that the king, or maybe they don't even know exactly that's how kings and them do it. Maybe that's a secret. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like Attack on Titan, sure, but I think that this is a red herring that Loki is the accursed prince and he's evil. This feels like too, you know what I mean? Like Oda's gonna find a way to switch this around, but especially if you're going with like eventually we're gonna see Luffy being a good judge of people's character.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to say Loki's a good guy?
It wouldn't be like this. Not the first time that we would find out that the person we thought was the bad guy is actually a good guy.
Oh, that's a weird stance to take.
Let's save this convo till we get to that page.
All right. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Oh, what did you just say?
Literally.
How has Shank done more than Usopp? Damn. Why are we violating Usopp? And guys ate Big Mom too. Chill. Genesis is going hard right now. He's trying to get us. We got to get the rated X rating. All right. And then we go to the coldest panel I've ever seen. I'm so glad I got it here. You know how long I've been waiting for this?
I felt like this was a God of War like cutscene for a second. This shit slaps.
Oda cooked here, bro.
Dude.
Like
the fact that this man has the ability, like every arc, to just like totally change the art direction of the environment, like, and it's so good every time. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Are we giving Loki top 5 design or no? You could say I'm overglazing. Maybe it's recency bias.
We need to see him out of the chains. Maybe top 5 introductions.
Every time Oda shows a character like the Shadow, that character design goes hard.
Bro, the little blob, the stupid blob.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. Like the helmet goes hard.
The bandages over his eyes.
Looking like Katakuri on steroids.
Facts.
And it looks like he has like an axe or something too, something on his back. And I think that these are probably sea stone chains because to keep him from using his devil fruit power
and keep him weak.
But the scale, Oda did a good job, I think, with scaling this time around because
for sure,
showing the different parts of like how this country looks and things like that. Oda did a really good job.
Yeah, it's a very daunting like difference in scale from Luffy's small little footprints to this guy's behemoth.
Yeah,
5.
So Loki kind of looks like a Fire Force villain.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn, bro. Is Fire Force ever gonna come back?
No,
I mean, the manga's there, bro. No, season 3 is coming back, but it's gonna be the final season.
There's some, I told you, there's some shows I just prefer anime only. I don't need to read everything.
Fire Force had me hooked when that first season dropped, bro. I was hooked.
The manga, the artwork is fire. You should read it.
Listen, bro, I believe you, but like that's just not my preferred way to take a story.
Right.
It's short. It's short. You could just wait for the anime.
Yeah, like I'm not fiending. It's that like I have to be fiending, like absolutely fiending to know more in a story before I like read it. Because like for me, I'm like, if I'm gonna read something, I gotta make it into content, which means I gotta stream more. Which like I gotta be much more mindful of that. I'd rather not waste the content. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I feel you.
So let me say the little bit of dialogue that's here. We don't find out it's Loki, but we know it's Loki. So let's just call it what it is. Name yourself.
Not be Loki.
Yeah. Psych.
Just some random guy.
It's Thorfinn. Name yourself with the tongue sticking out. Hey, yo, I'm Luffy, the man who will be king of the pirates. King? Where am I? And who are you? And honestly, we did all the analyzing of this, but of course, Luffy just casually hitting him with I'm gonna be king of the pirates, bro. You know me?
Yeah.
You ain't heard?
Seeing the way Luffy's just like proudly proclaiming this to this guy, but again, like that smile and everything, Luffy's seeing this guy and being like, "Oh, you're that guy." He's looking at him like a new crew member.
We can't fit a giant on the ship, bro. We cannot fit a giant on the ship, bro. I mean,
if his devil fruit is like shape shifting, he could just become small.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Genesis said, I learned 2 things about Oda in these past years. Never trust his silhouettes, and Luffy is obviously going to free this man. I was expecting Loki to look like a dork. Lola rejected him? Oh, chill. First of all, listen, I know Oda, the childbearing and how people go about that in the show, the size comparisons never really add up. But I guess everybody maybe got the same size pee-pee?
Well, let's talk about love a little bit. Lola actually loves Capone Beige versus this was a bit of an arranged marriage with Loki.
Well, you talking about Chiffon?
Yeah.
Chiffon loves Capone Beige.
Oh, am I mixing them up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Either way, you know.
I'm not saying the looks. I'm just saying, bro is big. Bro, big. He break Lola. The fact that Lola wanted everybody else and rejected him, wildin'. All right.
Not all about looks, guys.
Who has the last page? That's Danny?
Yeah. So playing off Luffy saying, "Where am I and who are you?" This is Warland, Elbaf's kingdom of warriors, the most powerful nation in the world, which once lived and breathed warfare. And I am the sun god who brings the world to an end. Loki. Dome. Then we see Elbaf in all its greatness.
It's shaking. This, I think, is one of the most beautiful reveals Oda has put out. Wano is up there, but this, this is special.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't like Egghead's reveal. I thought like it was a cool island, whatever. But this is wicked. This tree is enormous.
Yeah, it looks beautiful too. Like this is gonna look great animated or with some color to it.
Oh man,
that sword, bro. Whose sword is that?
Dude, right?
That's not even a giant sword, bro. Like,
dude, for real.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think about the sword that was about Onigashima.
That's nothing, bro. That sword is like,
I know that shit was mad small compared to this.
Baby knife.
It's the little Senpoku knife.
Seeing the cannons on the other side of the tree, the waterfalls like coming down, like it's insane.
Oh, I didn't peep the cannons. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
that.
Bro. Then you can see, like Oda really did a good job of like putting us in that castle, right? Giving us the scale of how everything was in there, and then leveling up with the bridge and giving you the scale of the bridge there, and then now we kind of really like. He did a really good job giving us a real true to scale, because what we knew from Big Mom flashback, everything like the houses seemed big, but we didn't really understand how big this country was.
Yeah,
right.
So, and to think like the Straw Hats are just grains of rice.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put
it. In that,
you see the castle. You see the castle here.
Yeah,
bro.
Like at the bottom, and the castle is tiny compared to the rest of it. So like,
Yeah, the bridge mad small compared to the rest of it, and we saw how big the bridge was to them.
Yeah.
But also there were some people that weren't happy, I guess, about the spelling of Elbaf now being official with a PH.
Whatever, I couldn't give a shit.
It's a weird thing to be mad about, but all right.
They wanted it to be Fable backward, man.
Oh,
that's just Oda being like, haha.
In life, you can't get everything you want, man.
Because I'm pretty sure he spelled it with the F like this whole time.
Well, we never get a true spelling, I guess, until like we see the island.
I guess so. I guess that's a rule now.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened with Reverie, Leveille, Raftail, Laugh-Tail. Like it's happened to us so many times.
Yeah.
I just wonder why Luffy's going to get rid of, not get rid of, free Loki. What is going to be the reason?
He's free.
It's a trickster god, man.
He's going to go. He's going to go with vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like Luffy knows vibes, and like it's one thing he's not going to really stand for is that if somebody's chained up and not free, he's going to be like, nah, that's no good.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? But I do want to lean into thinking that like all of this is a facade, that Loki is putting the sauce on it because like everybody calls him a villain and he's just accepting the role of it. I could be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong, but I just feel like this feels so, for Luffy to meet Loki in the beginning of the story and for him to just kind of be this villain doesn't seem, it seems too easy, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm. You know,
but where does freeing Loki, like, where does that take the story, you think?
I think that takes the Giants being pissed at him.
Not unless Luffy takes accountability. So the purpose of the story is Luffy fights him. Like what else is it going to be? It's either Luffy fights him or Luffy fights Shanks. And why not use him as a warm up before you fight Shanks?
Well, there could be somebody that's running. If Loki's chained up, Hajridin's not there, and the king is dead, who's actually running the country? It could be somebody who's
be that elder.
The elder from the flashback that was pissed.
Yeah. Because I think there's two of them, right? I think there's two of them. Big because chin or something like that.
Because the Giants still clearly like acknowledge Harujin as like the prince, but maybe there's just like a standing person representing it until Harujin comes back from his voyages.
I think that maybe Loki's not bad. That's all I'm saying. It just feels too easy for Loki to be a villain.
I think that also going back to like what his powers may be, seeing that his eyes are bandaged up, like you could see in the top left panel in the previous page that there's clearly a helmet under those bandages, which means that those bandages are going to come off at some point, which tells me that maybe he has like a dojutsu under there and he really is going to start using some
maybe his devil fruit, like you just said, Danny, is something to do with his eyes.
Maybe it is illusions. Maybe this is where Oda's going to do that.
Wait, shit. Is this Itachi?
Oh God, here we go. Now we just saying shit.
Not the crow. Yo, there was crows. There was crows on Elbaf already.
If there's one thing I don't see Oda adding is eye powers. As if this is Hunter x Hunter or Naruto. Like,
no, you're right. I know.
Let's just. But if we want to have fun, go ahead, have fun.
It's a cool. I think it's just art design, but it's fine.
No, because honestly, if you're chaining him up and his powers are eye related, why not wrap his eyes closed so that just in case somebody stumbles onto him, he can't put you in that illusion right away because you need to make eye contact, kind of like Lelouch from Code Geass and Itachi from like Naruto or any Uchiha member. Because why bandage his eyes otherwise?
No.
So that's how this guy's gonna have to rizz up Luffy to get him to. Just feels
like Haki could kind of get around that too easily if it's something as simple as that.
If your Haki is strong enough, because think about it, Law got turned into a woman. He had to like use up his Haki reserves in order to get out of that. So it could be the same thing with Illusion.
He didn't have to use up his Haki reserves. He
had to use a lot of Haki.
Yeah, he used Haki. He didn't use up his reserves, and his Haki.
I don't know. Man was charging up like he was gonna go into Super Saiyan. He's like, just to like go back into a man. So it could be the same thing with Illusions.
Yeah, but he still fought Blackbeard after that. It was like not. I won't say he was fine, but like
I'm just saying he used energy. It's not just like anybody just let me turn on armament Haki.
Yeah,
Wing. I think you're gonna have to like the same way, spend something.
It's the same way that they didn't get their souls taken from Big Mom automatically.
Who?
Like Law,
anybody
who has good enough Haki. Like I'm just saying, like if I'm not gonna put Loki on Big Mom level, so if motherfuckers was out here just resisting getting their soul taken from life or leave. I don't know, man. Hockey is over everything. I think Luffy will fight Loki, but I don't think Loki is maybe our villain or our end goal.
Well, I don't think he's the villain right away.
I think he just seems like the red herring. He just seems like the red herring so far. There's always a red herring. He could be like
Usopp, because there could be a parallel there. Because if this is supposed to be Usopp's arc, there could be a parallel with Usopp, because Usopp was the trickster of his village who would go around telling people that it's the end of the island. Yeah. The pirates are here to attack.
And I think that's why he's a disgrace, because he actually is not a good fighter.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Because
isn't he a disgrace because he murdered his father?
That's what we could be thinking.
But that's why everybody thinks he's a disgrace. They don't think he's a disgrace because he's a bad fighter. They think he's a disgrace because he supposedly murdered his father.
But we don't know if both could be true.
Yeah, both could be true. Sure.
He could be like even more of a disgrace, because not only
it would be so depressing to have such a badass character design and you can't fight.
And they probably think he snuck his father, because they respect fair ones, not sneaks. So maybe they like, yo, he don't know how to fight. Hadrian knows how to fight, but he's the one who took his father's powers, and they rather have been maybe Hadrian.
That's a good kind of like introspective to Loki as is, because Loki is not the fighter of the family. That's Thor. I mean, mythology. That's Thor and stuff like that. So Loki moves in the shadows, like doing stuff, pitting people against each other for that reason. So I can see where he's not a good fighter.
Yeah, it's completely. Sorry, go ahead.
It seems like he may not be a good fighter, but he knows how to work the room. You know what I'm saying? And riz up people the way he needs to.
I think this is where the Usopp thing comes into play, like you said, Danny. Like I'm like just adding on to like where your idea is. Like I think you're really close to it. I just think that Oda always throws us for a loop, and it's just too easy if it's Loki.
Like that the loop is Loki?
Like I think the loop is like Loki isn't what we really think Loki is. Like we're getting told all these things by the giants, especially the giants who were not even around for 100 years, where Loki is like younger than 100 years old.
True.
Like we're getting Dory and Broggy maybe hearing hearsay, but we always learn the true story between why things happen when we get to an island, and it's not always what it seems. So like I'm not going to take it for face value immediately. You know what I mean? Maybe overly theorizing, sure, but just seems too easy. We just got here.
And what do you guys think about him calling himself the Sun God? This is like the fourth person that has called himself the same way
Usopp be talking crazy, calling himself God Usopp. Well, not calling himself God Usopp, but he is God Usopp, right? Saying all the little lies and all the crazy things he said to like talk a big game. And maybe Loki just looks so crazy, right? But he's probably just a fucking lame.
Yeah. And I just had like a quick thing on the sword, just because I was thinking about like Loki, End of the World, Ragnarok, and that brought me to Thor. What if that sword right there is Surtur's sword? It may not be Surtur in the One Piece world, but Surtur and like Thor Ragnarok, that dude like that used that sword to stab through.
The Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, no, he like literally, at the end, he stabs a sword through Asgard.
He's not talking about the Rainbow Bridge joint. Someone else.
Remember?
No,
like maybe that sword. Maybe that sword.
I know what you're talking about in regards to the mythology part of it. Like I vaguely remember in Thor Ragnarok, but that movie was shitty. So not Thor Ragnarok. Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
No, it's Ragnarok. It's Ragnarok. Because that's what Ragnarok is. It's the end of Asgard.
Okay. Yeah, I can't even remember. Yeah. But we've been chopping it up. You guys have any final thoughts about this chapter? You want to start with you, Sean, and give your rating?
I mean, if I have to give it a rating, it's like an 8.5, 10. I mean, just an introduction into this world. It's so good, man. Like introduction to a character like Loki. I mean, it started off a little slow with the Lego world, but like to jump right into this, it's like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, nice. Danny, what do you think?
I think for me, it's probably going to be. I think I'm okay giving it an 8.5. Okay. Like I kind of want to give it a 9, just because a lot happened in this chapter, from classic shenanigans to world exploring, to Luffy having that, again, just like that badass moment of him like on the rope bridge sensing somebody and running off to go investigate and take the lead and take charge. Great moment for him. You get in Zoro Sanji comedy. And then the whole mark on Luffy's arm, foreshadowing what exactly? I don't know, but bringing that back fucking like 15 years later is a really, really nice touch. I liked that. I like the background that we're getting for Loki, that double cover spread of Loki. Again, top 5 introductions maybe for like any character in One Piece. So cool. Again, like I'm feel like I'm playing God of War, and that disparity between Luffy and Loki's size is crazy. And then just like the introduction to Elbaf, like looking at the island again. This is one of the most beautiful islands I've ever seen. It's hard not to give this chapter a 9 out of 10 because honestly, from an adventure shonen series, it really doesn't get much better than this. Honestly,
that boy cook. That boy cooking.
Danny needed more VV to get it to a 9, though. Needed more VV.
Maybe. The only thing that like could have given this chapter a 10 out of 10 for me would have been, I don't know. So, I don't know. Maybe some action, maybe some reveal, but I feel like a lot happens. But I'm comfortable with an 8.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna reiterate all the things you said. Like, I think we all have like pretty similar opinions. I'm probably gonna lean more towards a 9 out of 10. The only thing, like, not necessarily a disappointment, but I wish we got, and which I hope we get in the future. It's not like it would have made the chapter. It would have made the chapter a 10 out of 10 if we saw some updated Straw Hat bounties, or at least Luffy's updated bounty, and not the rest of the Straw Hats.
Yeah.
If there is an updated bounty, of course. I don't know if there isn't, but that would have been crazy if we at least got our boy at 4.
Yeah.
To at least put him at least different from like Law and Kid, that since they were all at 3 and they essentially got cooked. You know what I mean?
Who's got the highest bounty in?
I don't know.
In the series?
Shanks right now.
Yeah.
I would say Shanks.
Alive, yeah.
I'm a good old Google.
Of all time, it's Roger.
Yeah, it's Roger of all time. But right now, like alive, it's Shanks.
It would have been Whitebeard, but he died.
Yeah, and Big Mom and Kaido, if we're believing they're dead, right? I don't feel like fucking theorizing any further than that. But if we're believing they're dead, then yeah, it's Shanks, and then I believe it's Blackbeard, and then
Yep, you got it. Mihawk,
and then it's like Buggy, then
Luffy.
It would be Luffy, and then Law, Kid, and then after that, who we talking about? We talking about Crocodile, maybe?
No, you spot on with it. I'm looking at a list right now. No, you spot on.
But yeah, that's why I'm leaning at. Hopefully, there is some type of bounty increase. I think we're due for one more before the series ends, because maybe bounties don't exist. But I'm of the belief that Luffy does get the 5.6. That's going to be a little bit above Roger. Well, we'll see. Maybe somebody makes him a fake bounty poster and makes him a kitty one when bounties are gone, and they're like, oh yeah, it's 5.6, but who knows?
Yeah.
But really, really solid chapter. Genesis said this chapter is an 8 out of 10. The stocks are up. Great stream, fellas. Thank you. We appreciate you always for coming through.
Thanks, Genesis.
It says Loki's going to be a huge ass dork personality wise. Listen, I think it's totally Usopp and Loki will both have to learn how to man up, maybe, and maybe that's the journey Usopp goes on.
I don't
know. I just don't think Loki's always been like a cool, suave guy in any interpretation of Loki ever. So it would be very Oda to switch up his whole like narrative. That's how I can see it.
Well, it would still be Loki, a trickster, right? But like, it won't be Loki the suave guy. It'll be Loki the cornball.
Mm-hmm. I can see
it. There are renditions of Loki being a cornball in media.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for checking out this stream. We appreciate it. Obviously, we will be putting out a live reaction video of One Piece fan letter. Don't worry, we didn't forget about it. We'll be doing that. So, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Leave us a like. Leave us a comment. It greatly helps out the channel. And on that note, y'all, J Life.
Peace.